Can you hear me okay?
I can hear you.
Okay, we're good. And welcome everybody to center court at the Langley Event Center. Howard Tsumura here. We have reached the TBI 2021 Girls Championship Final. In our 10th anniversary year, it's going to be the #1 ranked Terry Fox Ravens against the #6 Riverside Rapids. The battle. Port Coquitlam is set to take place here at center court. Howard Tsumura here with you, and Brianne Watson as well, along as our broadcast analyst. And we are ready now for the opening tip. It's going to be Emily Curley of Riverside against Santa Maria Missick of the Ravens. Jason Cook, the official, will get us underway, and we are underway here at the Langley Event Center. And right off the hop, the Riverside Rapids are going to score it very quickly every Sussex.
Howard, that looked up like a drawn-up play to me.
Brianne, great to be with you because we were here in March of 2020. It's been a very, very long time, and we were seeing these Terry Fox Ravens back then playing Semiahmoo in the championship final. Riverside will oppose them today, and they missed that opportunity as Karis Merton breaking the pressure early here to Lauren Clements.
Tell you what, Howard, it's so exciting to be back. I mean, 2 years is a long time without high school basketball.
It's an extremely long time, Bree. You're right about that, as Merton puts up the 3-ball off the mark there and ripped away. And the Riverside Rapids' Natalie Curley trying to grab that rebound. Terry Fox has had 2 years to grow up. They were good 2 years ago at the senior level. We expect even more today, don't we?
Oh, for sure. And even on that rebound there, you're going to see Lauren Clements in there in the mix at all times. She's just a grinder. I love her game. Yeah, she had a terrific game. I thought maybe the best game of her career yesterday in their semifinal victory. So the Terry Fox Ravens coming as the favorites. Riverside, though, I think the atmosphere of the all-city rivalry really brings a wild card factor into this thing. Yeah, pretty impressive for Poco. Just two dominant teams out here today in the final. You can see the defense is already tight early. Alicia Willoy, known for her defense. She was the Defensive Player of the Year, the championship final of the loss to Semiahmoo as a 10th grader. And here she has already signed to UFV, and now with the basketball. Missick, a handoff there to Clements, spin move. Lauren off the window, doesn't go, and ripped away there by Davignon. Riverside right back up the floor. Brooke Kendall, explosive player. Everybody's got some, as you say, you can sense the edge, the nerves, and these teams trying to work it out of their systems here. This must feel like a BC final to them right now. Yeah, and you're seeing a lot of contact early. I like seeing the officials kind of letting the girls get into it right now and mix it up a bit. Mix it up, get ready. It's a crosstown clash here. There's Davignon now to number 9 of the Rapids, Sussex. Brooke Kendall, was looking for the cutter on the baseline, instead taken away by Clements. Lauren did a ton of that yesterday. Willoy down low to Missick, quick spin move there. Tries for the reverse and can't get it to go. A little bit of nerves here. Riverside scored right off the hop. They're going to score in transition now as Venetia Davignon scores, and it's 4-0 Riverside. And we're going to see some of that zone pressure, I think, from Riverside. See how effective that is. Terry Fox, Clements trying to save it. Tell you what, Howard, I mean, I know we're only a couple minutes in here, but you've seen Riverside going right to the hoop. They're not settling for jumpers right now, trying to attack that basket, really seeing what Terry Fox is giving them. Paul Langford and Jeremy Neufeld, the coaches of this Riverside team, have done a great job getting ready, advancing to this championship final. And they've won games in lopsided fashion. Curley, they kick out for 3, and that's going to carry him off the back iron and stay out. I think we're going to see a lot of that today, getting that ball inside, and Natalie Curley drawing in that double. And you know, if those Riverside's guards can hit those 3-pointers, they're going to be very dangerous today. And we were talking about Riverside, and Paul Langford has told me over the years they just have had a absolute lack of the 6-foot-plus post-type players. Curley certainly fits that mold. Here's Karis Merton. Floater's not going to go there, and ripped away by Davignon. Again, you know, the Rapids, they're going right to the hoop, and as a result, they're getting that foul call, so they're being very aggressive early. And that really, I think, can maybe work the edge off. High percentage looks driving to the basket, right? And yeah, just a nice, sound way to start this basketball game for the Rapids with a 4-0 lead. Curley off the inbounds, pivoting, and it's, thought she had the make there, couldn't get it. And Clements is around everything. Lauren there, the skip pass to Alicia Willoy. Shot put off the glass, had no chance. Good board there by Curley, showing up on the defensive end. Now, foul going against Willoy.
Taylor Matthews and Anna Maria Missick coming out of the game. And it will be Emily Sussex, number 10, out there now.
Sister here.
Oh, you can tell that story. That one is wild. Whenever we get a break, we'll tell you about the Sussex sisters.
Great pass. Great pass by Sussex there. I mean, the one-hander right down to the post. As a result, Riverside's going to go to the line here. That's just really great awareness.
Well, you're right about that. A great pass from Avery Sussex down to Venetia Davignon, and Emily Sussex is the one who committed the foul underneath. So that one will get talked about perhaps later today.
There'll be no sharing of ice cream tonight.
The Sussex sisters on opposite teams, and that is an absolute rarity to see. And that's what we got here.
Looking like a little bit of a zone full court press here, trying to trap the ball as Clements gets across half court.
And Walloy now with the basketball. At least she'll bring it up, cut back, finding Karis Merton. Merton sees that gap and goes right to the glass, can't finish it. Tough break there for Karis Merton.
That was an awesome attack by Karis, just unable to finish there. You can see the frustration. You know, that was a bit of a gimme for her, but she'll pick it up, I'm sure.
And I love the enthusiasm. You talk about players who love the game. You can tell just by looking at Karis Merton, she loves this game of basketball.
Oh, yeah.
Here's Lauren Clements. Kick it back up top to Karis again for three, and she's going to knock it down. First basket of the game for the Ravens to Karis Merton.
And I'll tell you what, Riverside cannot let Karis get hot because we've seen her go on streaks before. So she was wide open there with that three-pointer and money.
Her leading scorer yesterday, 19 points in their victory. Getting a big win over the South Delta Sun Devils in the semifinals. Great take to the basket here by the Rapids. Georgia Hart. So 7-3. Here's Clements. Ooh, a big three-pointer there, knocked down by Terry Fox to Hannah Rao. So showing the depth of this team as coaches Karkner and Frost continue to bring in great talent, but Riverside's going to get that one right back.
And again, they're just going to the hoop. I mean, we haven't really seen a jumper from Riverside yet.
Terry Foxo not afraid to put him up, and that's going to be a big three there from Alicia Walloy.
That three in a row.
Wow. And that's how dynamic this team can be. And now they get a steal, get numbers down the floor, and Emily Sussex will lay it up and in.
Yeah.
A timeout being called yet there. Riverside set to sub in Alexis Hart. That's Brooke Kendall. No arc on that shot at all. Just came right out of the cylinder. Clements working a 2-on-1 with Walloy. Can't get the finish.
And I'll tell you what, the fatigue is setting in right now. You're starting to see Riverside gasping for a bit of air after that Terry Fox kind of run now.
Boom, boom, Elko the lights. Terry Fox with a big barrage from downtown. Here's Davignon. Can't get that one to fall. Grabs her own miss. Right back to Brooke Kendall for three. That one off the mark. So momentum changes in the snap of a finger here, and it seems to happen a lot when teams play Terry Fox.
Yeah. They start to get going there with their defense, right? And as a result, three three-pointers in a row, you're starting to feel yourself a little bit.
The big surge makes it 11-9. The Ravens down, but now on top and holding the lion's share of the momentum. Merton, or rather, Merton whistled there on the sideline. .14 on the shot clock here as it's inbounded. Missick back up top to Roboldano. Missick shot on the baseline is going to go.
And that's just great ball movement by Terry Fox, making that extra pass to the open shooter.
Finding her in a prime spot on the floor for that jumper, 13-9. And now a steal, a takeaway, and Merton will step on the gas. 2-on-1 with Roboldano. Is she going to get called? No, it's going to be two shots there for Merton.
You know what, Howie? I love that move by Karis there. You know, In previous years, she would have shied away from that contact, being such a small point guard. But going right to the hoop, creating the contact with the defense, as a result, she gets herself to the free throw line.
Yeah, I felt that when she leaned in there. Bree, great to have you back. And this is so fun calling this game here as Merton showing everything she does well. Steps on the gas, gets physical at the end, and is the benefactor at the free throw line with 3:37 left in this opening quarter. It's TBI 2021, the finale, the championship game here from the Langley Event Center.
What a great pickup for UBC. I mean, Karis is just one of those kids that plays hard on every position. I mean, she's known as, you know, her three-point shooting, but really she gets after it on the defensive end, and I think that's often overlooked.
Yeah, Coach McAleenan has a good one there, and as well, Taylor Coxford from Langley Christian, who we just watched, was outstanding.
That's right.
So two great prospects there headed to UBC next season. Here's Roboldano, had a good look at three. Missick with the offensive board, doesn't go for her. So Riverside with a chance here to try and get some of that momentum back. Here's Davignon. She's going to go the full length of the court and miss the layup. Hannah Rao chasing down that loose ball. Merton kicks it out to Missick for three and doesn't go there. Emily Sussex gets in between three players and comes up with the basketball. Oh my gosh.
That was kind of cute.
Yeah, and bumps into her sister. Her young,
big sister, her little sister.
Oh my gosh.
They just share a little laugh there.
Oh, they do. That is just precious. Brooke Kendall dispossessed of the basketball in Merton. Changes course down the floor for Terry Fox. Nice fingertips by Brooke to get it right back. Finds Alexis Hart. Back to Brooke Kendall for the layup.
Very unselfish basketball there.
Terry Fox. Missick tried the reverse, couldn't get it to go.
Yeah, Riverside seemed a little bit out of sorts there on defense, and Fox definitely took advantage of that, creating a bit of a scramble play here, and they're going to draw the foul with 2.5 minutes left in this first quarter.
Well, you're talking about hands on hips. You're talking about some deep breathing here for Riverside. They've only got 3 players on the bench. I mean,
that's right.
Let's see how this fares against Terry Fox.
That's going to be a big piece of it, Howard. I think like fatigue's going to set in, right? This has been a long tournament. You're playing full court defense. I mean, it starts to get to you. So you can see Coach Langford here managing his subs quickly in and out, get your breath, and be ready to go.
So Davignon as well, going to take a seat. Well-deserved break there as these Ravens, or rather these Rapids get some rest here. Willoy back up to Roboldano now to Missick. Hannah Rao. Clemens thought about the three, instead on the floor, puts up the elbow jumper and knocks it down. Lauren Clemens can do it all. 16-11. And
just going back to Lauren Clemens there, again, just very steady, right? She always makes the right decision. She's kind of calm, makes that pump fake, steps right into the jumper. Smooth.
Smooth is right, and just I love the level of defense she played yesterday as well. The way she boards for her size is really impressive too. She goes and gets rebounds. Missick on the baseline, going to get called for the travel.
That zone has had a little bit of success those last 2 possessions down the court.
We'll see what the Rapids can do here. There's Brooke Kendall.
Riverside really needs to get back to attacking that basket. They had a lot of success early there in the first 3 or 4 minutes. They've kind of slowed down a little bit scrambled. Again, it might be the fatigue, but they need to attack that hoop, maybe get Natalie Curley under there and try and draw a foul.
Great strategy there is Merton and Taylor Matthews, number 12, check into the game for Terry Fox. Venetia Davignon will check in as well here for the Rapids. That'll be Georgia Hart coming out of the game. Georgia Hart, the 9th grader.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, young one there, right? Here's Davignon for 3 off the side of the goal into the hands of Merton. Just ricocheted right into her hands and sent her down the floor. Ooh, and Willoy takes a pop from Davignon.
A little bit of contact there, but the officials said, let's play some ball.
And a nice crowd here to watch this one tonight. There's a 3-ball put up by Lauren Clements. It's not going to go. Davignon wrestles down the rebound quickly. To Sussex, Avery Sussex loses control into the hands of Missick. And Willoy is dispossessed by Davignon. Down to Sussex underneath the basket. Post up, move underneath, and they're going to score it.
Again, what great vision by Avery there. She just finds her open teammate in a split second, and as a result grabs the basket and causes a turnover here again on defense. So
Riverside getting a bit of that mojo back. Alexis Hart was the one who scored that basket, Bree. But yeah, nice play. One possession game here, 1:13 left in the first quarter. 16-13, the Ravens with the lead over the Rapids, who have the basketball. Curley right to the basket to lay it up and in.
That was a nice quick hitter by Coach Langford there. Beautiful.
16-15, a 1-point game. This is what everybody came to see. Here's Davignon in the open court. And she's going to score. Look who's leading this game. The Rapids. Curley, spin pivot, doesn't turn it over. Davignon with the basketball now. Taylor Matthews guarding her. They go down low, and they're calling a jump ball down low. I think they are. And I think possession will go to the Ravens.
Great defense by Clements there. Natalie Curley's got to keep that ball high, keep it away from those guards. She's the biggest kid on the floor here today.
Georgia Hart, number 22, is checking in. And Nicole Hughes, her first action of the game, number 16. And this 8-player group from the Rapids, everyone is going to play tonight. Here's Merton. Mercury exploding to the basket as she lays it up and in. So that makes it, I think, 18-17 now for the Ravens. And a steal again. Here's Karras right down the floor. Can't finish it. Ravens, or River Rapids rather, can get one more chance here with Sussex. She drives into 4 Ravens and takes a pop, hits the pine, and there's 2 coming up.
We got Riverside's Ravens and Rapids.
It's too much for this little guy.
Alliteration is happening.
Oh my gosh. Went to a basketball game and alliteration broke out.
That's a great attack by Avery there. You know, clock's running down. Terry Fox a bit scrambled, taking advantage of the situation and getting herself to the free throw line. Yeah, invited the contact, knew that was what she wanted to do, get to the stripe, and she does that. She hits the first one, and she will miss it to keep this game locked at 18. And maybe that's a fair outcome as Merton puts up a shot. 18-18 the score after a terrific first quarter of play. The entertainment factor was there. The fans loved it. And Brianne Watson, I think this really invites a fun evening ahead. Yeah, you know, really impressive so far. We're tied up. This is kind of what we were hoping for, right? So I would actually say I'm quite impressed with Davignon out to start here. I mean, she's kind of been all over the floor, getting rebounds, playing defense, scoring a couple buckets early. So she's someone I have my eye on after this first quarter. Yeah, Venetia Davignon played very, very well for this group. You know what, we talked about toughness, and you brought up the great point of fatigue here. How is that gonna progress, do you think, as this game? Terry Fox has a deeper bench. They're more experienced in these kinds of games based on Riverside's roster. It's largely a roster that has played club basketball. They haven't played a ton of senior girls high school varsity basketball. But Davignon is one of those players who is back, and so is Brooke Kendall. Other than that, it's a young group and not a high school season group. Yeah, well, you know what? It's almost like a chess match for the coaches because they really got to determine when they need to rest certain people. And both teams are playing full court defense right now. So I think what they're thinking right now is, let's get to halftime. These girls can get their rest then, and then really that second half is who wants it more. So we'll see how this plays out. Hannah Rao and Anna Maria Missick, along with Karras Merton, Lauren Clements, and Emily Sussex on the floor right now for Terry Fox. We'll see how this goes here as Riverside now with the basketball. Brooke Kendall, or rather Avery Sussex. Davignon, great pass. Beautiful. Beautiful set play by the Rapids there. Just very patient, waiting for it to occur. Back screen gets a wide open layup. Yeah, Curley, the
Young post runs the baseline well and gets that clutch layup. 20-18 now the score for the Rapids early moments. Here's Merton with a runner. Off the window, doesn't go, ripped away there by Sussex into the hands of Davignon. Gets it right back. And a turnaround effort's not going to go. She gets the foul. You just talked about Venetia, and she's played excellent here to start the second quarter.
Yeah, she's just making her presence known. You know, whether it's offense or defense, she's kind of everywhere on the floor right now. And I would almost say she's a bit of their motor right now. She's creating momentum. She's creating energy, and her teammates are really feeding off of that.
Davignon wearing the red sneakers. Yeah, I got to cover one NBA All-Star game. Scottie Pippen happened to be the MVP, and he wore all red shoes for that game. And he compared it to the, you know, the yellow slippers, but he had the red slippers on. Yeah,
beautiful.
That's what it was all about. And Davignon standing out with the red sneakers here tonight.
Little fire in her feet.
That's right. Hey, that might end up in a column tomorrow. Thanks, Bree, as usual. A little fire in her feet, and Davignon looking good early. It's a Terry Fox basketball as Hannah Rao will inbound. 17 on the shot clock here, 9-12 to the break. It's Anna Maria Missick. The Clements takes the baseline past Davignon. The runner is going to go for Lauren Clements. She scores in every way imaginable.
She has just gotten better year after year. I mean, she's just so calm and smooth out there. I really love her game. She's gritty, but on offense, it seems so effortless at times.
And as I said yesterday, to date myself, which I don't mind doing, I followed her dad. I covered her dad in high school, Brian Clements, the terrific player for the Caribou Hill Chargers when they won the BC Championship.
Right on.
In 1987, that would have been, I think. Here's a steal by Lauren Clements, and she's going to just miss that layup. Davignon battling with her for the ball.
Howard, I feel like you know everyone who has played basketball or any sport in this province. Your memory is incredible, and the connections are amazing.
I'm just hanging around because I don't think I'm going to get to the grandchild that I'm the person I covered, but we at least got to fathers, daughters, fathers, sons, mothers, sons, and mothers and daughters, so it's been fun. There's a banker off the window.
Man, she is playing fantastic.
Clements to Hannah Rao. Right back to Emily Sussex, the hesitation and then the drive. And it looks like Davignon threw herself in harm's way and is going to get called for the foul. No?
Riverside looking to kind of protect the paint right now. They're kind of daring them to shoot that three-pointer. You know, Terry Fox is hot early. It's interesting strategy here as Sussex goes to the free throw line for two.
Alexis Hart, number 10, got the foul. She's not happy with it as she looks back towards the bench, but that's what I thought. I thought Davignon was the one who stepped in, and it will be indeed be, I think, Davignon. I think the officials have corrected themselves, and they're going to give it to Venetia Davignon, who stepped in to take the charge and got called for the block underneath. But boy, talk about managing fouls when you basically have 8 players. I mean, It's going to be key. That would have been the second one for Hart.
And we might see a lot of zone as a result, just to kind of protect, like you said, your bench. There's not a lot there right now, and the girls have been pretty good, but this has been a chippy game, and depending on how the refs call it in this, second quarter, things could change.
Oh, this is so interesting. You talked about chess, and we're seeing it right now as the Ravens in the half court. Here's Clements. Move it around the horn. Willoy for 3 off the side iron into the hands of the Rapids. And they push it right back down the court.
Wow, great crossover move by Avery there.
Avery Sussex wearing number 9. This is the debut of the black road jerseys here for Riverside. Coach Langford said, wait till you see these black jerseys. I like the white jerseys better. I tell you, it's easier to see the numbers than it is on these black jerseys.
I don't know that I've ever seen a first and last name on a jersey before.
That's what I was saying. I thought you, with your Euro experience, may actually have seen that, but
one year when I played in Spain, they had my first name on the back of the jersey.
Oh, I love that. I love that. Like Pele, they just called you Brianne.
Yeah, it was interesting.
Oh, I love that. Davignon fighting for a ball there with Merton. Game has remained drum tight at 23-21 for the Rapids. Brooke Kendall now coming into the game. So Brooke Kendall came in for Alexis Hart, but a timeout called by the Rapids. We'll take one as well and be back with more from the Langley Event Center in just a moment. Howard Tsumura, Brianne Watson back. It's TBI 2021 Week 2. The girls' tournament is set to finish tonight with our grand finale, Riverside and Terry Fox. And we're reaching a key juncture here. 7:29 left to the half, Bree, and so many factors to consider. But what have you just loved about the overall environment and atmosphere? You said chippy game here, and I think that's what we've seen, right?
Yeah, I think we're seeing a bit of a defensive battle. I mean, a lot of these scores are coming off deflections and steals, so both these teams have come to play, like we said earlier, and really, I think the team that attacks the basket the most, this might be their game to take. Fatigue, fouls, there's a lot at play here in the final.
There's so much at stake here in terms of the bragging rights in Port Coquitlam and at the corner store too. And I'm dating myself by saying that because I know that doesn't happen anymore, but that's the basketball analogies I grew up with. Hey, your dad would agree with me, right?
Yeah, I grew up with hanging out at the corner store
there you go, there you go. Okay, as long as we share that, that's good. Oh my gosh, 7:18 to go here, and Terry Fox with the basketball. Here's Clements to Sussex. Move it around the horn now to Matthews. Ooh. Jumping in the passing lanes there was Sussex.
Fingernail shy.
Here's Merton leaning into that three. Karis gets on a roll from three, but she's got a different launch angle, doesn't she?
Yeah.
She leans forward and jumps forward more than most of the three-point shooters I've seen.
High arcing three.
Yeah.
So we've seen that full court press again. Fox really trying to get into Riverside shorts here as they bring it up on offense.
Brooke Kendall with the basketball. The handoff to Sussex. Avery guarded by Taylor Matthews.
Nice move.
Right to the basket. Not what you wanted, but Kendall's there to finish it up. And Riverside now with a 4-point lead, their largest lead since I think they led 4-0.
Oh. You know, Merton trying to catch the Rapids sleeping there, really push the ball, dodging to the defense, and unfortunately, they lost control of the ball there. But you know, that's something Riverside's got to be aware of. You score on offense, you got to get back on defense because Fox is going to move that ball. And they have done that. After they got off to that early lead, they really got back down the floor, hit those big threes, and built that early lead. Now Riverside has built a 4-0 lead, a 4-0 run here. That's some good defense by Fox, but they were called for the foul there, and as a result, we're in the bonus here. And Davignon looks like she'll be heading to the free throw line. So things going Riverside's way here as we begin to reach the midway mark of this second quarter. Timeout called as well. We'll keep it here. So Howard, talk to me about the sisters. Oh, the sisters, yes, Avery and Emily Sussex. I mean, it was great to hear the story from Coach Langford. They're sisters who go to rival high schools. Emily Sussex is a senior. Avery Sussex, I believe, is in grade 10. Yes, in grade 10. And they have different circles of friends. So, hey, you know what? They're in Port Coquitlam. One went to one school, another to another. They followed their friends into senior secondary school, and so it's really cool. They're separate, but we saw them come together and they smiled. They weren't avoiding each other. They're acknowledging their sisterhood on the court, right? Even when they collide on the court. And I think the best comment that Coach Langford was, he winks at us both and he goes,
They came in the same car.
That's
beautiful.
Will be an interesting car ride home, but you know, it's interesting covering the Lenz sisters, who obviously played at Abbotsford, on the same team, having that certain chemistry with one another, and to see them as opponents, it's a really different feel, you know? I mean, we talked about the rebound and foul that happened on this side of the court, and really kind of cute moment to see them fight for the ball and then kind of hug each other and smile afterwards. So there's no bad blood there.
And they're going home in the same car too. So, and the parents are in the stands here with jackets that have both Ravens and Rapids logos on either side of their shoulders. So
that's awesome.
Isn't this a beautiful thing to see?
Yeah.
Here's Davignon at the free throw line. Too strong on that second one. Clements trying to rip it down as Davignon.
And that's not a foul you want to take with a short bench there, especially with the success Davignon's had early. So she'll have to be smart as we move along here in the second quarter.
You're right about that. Managing those fouls today with the 8-player bench, or the 8-player roster today against this deep and talented Fox team. Roboldano now to Clements. Lauren will put her head down and head into the paint. And the foul being called against Brooke Kendall.
So that's 3 on Brooke Kendall, and that's going to hurt the Rapids right now. As we just discussed, kind of the foul situation, and a key player like that, that's a tough hit for Riverside.
Yeah, it is. And sub, I believe, was Alexis Hart that came in, number 10. Roboldano to Taylor Matthews. She'll put up a 3. Fox not in rhythm with their jump shooting game like they were early on. Avery Sussex to Hart. Back to Davignon. Venetia looking on the baseline. Emily Sussex with some nice defense there. That's a bullet from Walloy. Down the floor to Roboldano, wide open for the layup. And she misses it.
Heads up play there, but unable to finish.
Yeah, Terry Fox trailing by 4, could have used those 2 for sure. Here's Fox extending the intensity of its defense. Davignon to the window, can't get it done.
And I'll tell you what, Matthews is doing a fantastic job on Avery Sussex. They're really not giving her any space to dribble or pass the ball. So coming in here and making a big impact.
Had a round now for Roboldano as she takes a seat. Very quickly, Natalie Curley comes charging off the bench. Waiting for acknowledgement from the officials. So everything correct with team fouls here, 5 and 4. Davignon now to inbound the basketball. There's 10 on the shot clock here. Hart trying to weave her way through the defense. Curley on the baseline. I think she traveled.
Yeah. Good offensive rebound. Just unfortunately took that extra step without the ball.
Paul Langford.
I was just going to say, one of my favorite things is hearing some of the coaches on the sideline. It's always entertaining.
Yeah. The part we have here is they're right by our on-court microphones, and I don't know if anybody can pick that up, but Riverside is so close to us here. Anna Maria Missick, the drive, the foul, and number 11 will step up from 15 and get some free throws here. Virtually the midway mark here of this second quarter of play. Maria Missick, one of the 3 players, along with Clements and Walloy, headed to the Fraser Valley Cascades. Al Toucher, the head coach, says, you know, what would she'll do all the dirty work, and she doesn't mind doing that, he said. So I think he's got a very good player in Anna Maria Missick heading out to Abbotsford next year.
She's a fantastic glue player. It's kind of like what I like to call him, does it all, a bit of jack of all trades, or Jill of all trades.
Jill of all trades, and you got to have that on your team.
What an exciting opportunity for the three of those girls, too, to go in together.
Go in together.
That's fantastic. You have some familiarity, you're comfortable, you've played together before. It just makes life easier as a freshman when you jump into college.
And I think that COVID delay on everyone's eligibility clocks lets them stay around some real veteran players who are still young players in that program. They'll get extended time with them. There's Hannah Rao with a nice little flip off the window. She ties it up with 4:37 left to go before the break. Great job there by Matthews on defense. 2-on-1 down the floor. She goes to Missick off the window, and Anna Maria with the basket.
And speaking of blue guys, blue gals, Matthews has been super impressive. You know, she's just come in here understanding her role. Let's make Avery's life uncomfortable. And she's done just that.
And it's funny because I brought up Taylor Matthews to you and was talking more about her offensive moves, but she's doing it on both ends and really making a statement defensively, and that's turning into offense for those Ravens. Terry Fox has battled back from their 4-point deficit to take a 2-point lead here.
You know what, Howie? It's always great to see, you know, kids come into a game and understanding what they need to do for that day. And how is that going to make my team win? And when you understand that, basketball becomes really easy. I mean, Fox has been able to score a couple baskets purely based on Matthews' defense there. So when kids really understand what they're supposed to do and really buy into that, it opens everything else up for everyone else.
Yeah, you're right about that. And I think, I think they feel that from the coaches too, right? And it just enhances the feeling of the buy-in factor here. And everybody talks about it. You talk to a team that's on a roll, and they always use those two words, buy-in. And part of that culture, just coming off a long football season of high school football and hearing that term a lot with the championship teams we had this year. And I got a feeling these two teams will be hanging around. Let's cross our fingers that we're going to be playing in March, that these two teams will be a factor here at the Quad A level.
That's right.
4:24 left in the half. Here's Venetia Davignon. Skip to Curley, thought about a little jump shot. Instead, a couple bounces. Pivot move. Not quite there. Matthews gets under control and gets the layup.
With the left. Love it.
Taylor Matthews had to steady that ball, and she goes back and she gets the turnover. And she tips it back to Willoy. Oh my gosh. Missick with the basket.
I mean, she is the engine right now that is making the Ravens go, just making the difference on both ends of the court.
What a terrific series of plays by number 12 in white. Avery Sussex playing through a lot of contact there. Anna Maria Missick with a long lead pass to Willoy. She'll slow it up. Cross court, now they go to Matthews. To Missick, little head fake on the baseline against Curley. Doesn't bite, back up top and into the Riverside bench.
Avery Sussex has got to take a deep breath right now, seeing a little bit of body language. You know, she's a grade 10. She's frustrated. There's tight defense on her. She's the point guard. She has to make the system run. She's just got to give her head a shake and move right back into it.
Brian Watson joining us on the broadcast today. I'm just thrilled to have you here, and it's just so fun. I get a different perspective every time we do a game together. And we're really breaking this one down here in a 6-point game. Riverside, though, right back down with Davignon. You liked her start, Bree, and she's played pretty strong throughout.
And Riverside needed that right now. They were on a bit of a drought there. They need to stop this Terry Fox momentum right now.
4-point deficit is Merton now. Breaks the defense to Willoy, quickly to Missick. This time Anna Maria for 3 off the side iron into Curley. She's having a little bit of trouble getting rid of the basketball here to Davignon. They will succeed getting it across half court.
Beautiful pass.
Hart underneath for the lay-in.
Beautiful pass by Alexis Hart. Just really saw her teammate wide open under the hoop there, made that extra pass.
And that was Georgia Hart, too, that got that basket. So Hart to Hart for the basket and right down here looking for Alexis Hart.
Heart to heart, I was just like envisioning, like, I don't know. Happiness.
Happiness. Well, that was happiness for the Rapids to make it a 2-point game. Here's Merton.
Riverside back to man-to-man defense. They were in that zone for a little bit and trying to mix it up a little bit here as Missick just drives with the left, easy layup, beautiful finish.
Really took what the defense gave her. You're right about that. They go to man and immediately Anna Maria with a drive to the window. 33-29, Fox with a 4-point lead. Is that Curley?
Curley's got the jumper.
Wow. Emily Curley knocking down the big shot there, 33-31.
You know what, she not only needed that, we need to get her back in the game. If I'm Riverside, I want to get her some more touches, get her under the hoop, get her moving a little bit. The Rapids have lost a little bit of momentum on offense, but again, just those key plays, a jumper, a defensive turnover will get them back into it.
Here come the Ravens.
10 seconds in the backcourt.
Ah, okay. I don't think I've seen one of those the entire tournament. So the Rapids will inbound in the front court here. Davignon going to Georgia Hart. Jump shot there is, oh, look good. Finds a way to stay out as Missick gets the rebound. Karis Merton right down the floor. Hannah Rao to Missick. And look at Sussex battling. Emily Sussex goes charging after that rebound.
I'm wondering, is that a little bit of controlled chaos?
Curley with her first.
Okay, that's just one on her. Well, you can argue it's a good foul if she misses the second one. I know no coach likes to hear that.
She makes it.
It was a good foul, coach.
Georgia Hart, great passing right down the floor, and oh, Davignon misses the layup there.
Oh, she'd do anything to get that one back.
Oh my gosh. Matthews again, turns on the Jets. She's explosive with the basketball and invites the contact. And that really is the thing with Terry Fox. I mean, we can start talking about all the great things Matthews does. If she cools even slightly, someone else seems to take over. And we were talking about Lauren Clements at the start. You know, it is quite an impressive team in that regard. I mean, you look at it, and the point totals are never going to be crazy. The statistics are never going to be crazy because everyone's pitching in as Matthews makes it. But in key moments, somebody does step up big.
Yeah, that's right, Howard. I think that's a perfect analysis of it.
So they break the pressure, and they get it to Curley, and Riverside would love to get on a bit of a run here before. What a run to the window that was.
I'm continually impressed by the Riverside players' vision for each other on the floor. They really make that pass that's the right one to the open athlete.
Jump shot there is going to swirl in and out for Hannah Rao. She's going to get it back. This time cross court for Matthews. She'll put up a long three. And that's not going to go. Curley with a rebound.
Good decision to slow it down here by Riverside.
Avery Sussex. Davignon coming to meet her. Missick is going to get called for the foul.
And not a foul you want to take right before the half here. I mean, immediately puts them to the line. Fox is playing great defense there, but that's going to be, is that 3 on Missick?
Third foul, yeah. Third foul on Anna Marie Missick. She'll sit for a while here.
The curse of the threes. Once you get that third foul, it's always tough. You know, coach is going to pull you. It's tough because it really takes away from your momentum, and you know you're going to be sitting for a little bit before you get your next shot.
And you're also thinking you're a different player when you come back into the game as well.
Yep.
So yeah, 3 fouls is that key one. You're right about that. Davignon makes that one, and it pulls Riverside to within 1. And this is what the Battle of Poco was supposed to be all about. Taylor Matthews looking for Clements down low. Lauren will body it up and look for Rao on the baseline, out of bounds.
You know, so unselfish with the basketball, but that's a situation where Lauren probably should have gone up, try and draw that foul. I know she saw her open teammate there, but when you're that deep into the key with that many defenders, you got to take your chances in going up.
Roboldano, number 7, checks into the game now for the Ravens.
So an opportunity here for Riverside to go up by 1 before the half if they're able to get across half court.
Wow, that is tenacious defense. Brooke Kendall gets it across to Hart.
Oh, wow.
Nice step to the basket.
Woo, beautiful with the left.
So the Rapids, after all of that, are in front 37-36 with 4 seconds left. They go to Walloy. Jumper is not going to count. That's it. Riverside is going to go to the locker room with the lead, 37-36.
And you know what I love to see here? Brooke Kendall runs onto the court after sitting on the bench and goes and congratulates all her teammates for their defense. I mean, that's just something that really brings the team together. You got 3 subs on the bench. That's all they got. So she's getting her team fired up for this second half of play.
That's a great perception to see that. Brooke Kendall is the leader on that team. Great to see her spreading that leadership. Brooke Kendall sat for a huge stretch, and you mentioned, you know, what they were missing when she wasn't in there. Riverside, you know what, in terms of the great coaching jobs to get an upset victory, Riverside's positioned itself, it's given itself an opportunity. It's 20 minutes away. What are your thoughts on the second half?
I think the biggest thing, if they can manage their fatigue, I think this is their game to take. You know, Langford's really got some really good quick hitters. His athletes are really buying into the system. They're getting really good open looks. It's just when they get a bit frantic, a bit fatigued, that's when Fox
no clouds in my stones. Let it rain, I hide the plane in the bank, coming down to the Dow Jones. When the clouds come, we go.
From Terry Fox's perspective, Brianne, what about the fact that we've seen it so many times,
you know me, in anticipation for precipitation, stack chips with a rainy day.
And then everything that Terry Fox said, you see it down the court, and boom, it's a different game.
Take a little bit more control in that second half, so all the other teammates are getting those really good looks.
We'll see what happens. We're going to take a break here for about 6 minutes. Be back with a start. Second half, Brianne Watson, Howard Tsumura, TBI 2021, the championship finale on Saturday. Thanks for joining us on the live stream. Back with more in a moment.
No clouds in my stones. Let it rain, I hide the plane in the bank, coming down like a Dow Jones. When the clouds come, we gone. We Rockefeller, we fly higher than weather, and cheap vibes are better. You know me, in anticipation for precipitation, stack chips with a rainy day.
Now that it's raining more than ever, know that we'll still have each other. You can stand under my umbrella, under my umbrella,
No clouds in my stones. Let it rain, I hydroplane in the bank, coming down like a Dow Jones. When the clouds come, we gone. We Rockefeller, we fly higher than weather, and G5s are better. You know me, in anticipation for precipitation, stack chips with a rainy day.
Now that it's raining more than ever, know that we'll still have each other. You can stand under my umbrella, under my umbrella,
And we're back with about 30 seconds here before the start of the second half. We have the Terry Fox Ravens down 36-37 to the Riverside Rapids. So it's really a battle of the Port Coquitlam matchup here. And you know, it's been a back and forth game, really a defensive battle today, seeing a lot of turnovers and deflections created by the Rapids to kind of take control of this game despite it being a 1-point situation. So we're going to get ready to start off here, and it looks like Riverside is going to start with the ball heading towards the east side of the court here as we get ready to go for all the marbles the last 20 minutes.
Last 20 minutes is right, Bree, as the Riverside Rapids and Brooke Kendall just referenced her leadership there at the end. There's Davignon. Sussex making it tough there underneath for her, and right down the floor goes Merton, unable to finish.
And that's that transition offense we were talking about with Fox. They got to take those gimmies when they have them.
Here's Davignon over half court. Clements guarding her. Davignon led the Rapids with 15 points in the first half. Far and away the leading scorer for the Rapids. Karis Merton off the mark there with a 3-ball. And that'll go to Alicia Walloy. She'll get it to Matthews. In the half court here, Riverside in that zone. It looks like it.
1 minute into this second half here. A little bit sloppy. Trying to shake that rust off of the locker room. One of these teams is going to get going shortly here.
Anna Maria Missick led the Ravens with 10 points in that opening half. Here's Lauren Clements. Finds a loose ball and makes a move and scores it for the Ravens.
And smart defense by Brooke Kendall there. She just kind of gave her the layup, not wanting to pick up that fourth foul.
Davignon will do the same at the other end, and the lead keeps changing hands here. Look at that. 3 baskets, 3 lead changes here in the third quarter of play as Clements goes to the basket. Make that 4 lead changes.
Defense is a little non-existent right now.
The deficit is at a standstill. Still a 1-point lead here after 4 baskets, 2 by each team, while taking turns scoring here. It's Clements in the half court. Back up top to Matthews. Sussex down low, tip, but into the hands of Karis Merton. Finds him. Oh, she slipped on her way to the basket, had an open lane.
One of those situations where you're already counting your layup before you finish it. Been there before.
Karis Merton with the opportunity there.
Yeah.
Avery Sussex with a miss underneath. There's Karis with a big home run ball down the court to Clements. Fakes out her foe and goes off the window to score the game.
Almost a yo-yo right now. We're going back and forth and back and forth.
It's 5 lead changes on 5 buckets. So interesting start to this third quarter of play.
And I don't want to say it, but I'm feeling like that fatigue is kind of here. It's kind of here. A lot of turnovers, a lot of layups. Just got to gather themselves right now. A lot of basketball to play.
We'll see if that happens here, because as we mentioned, Terry Fox with a lot more reinforcements on their bench. 1 of 2 there by Avery Sussex. Locks the score at 42. Underneath to Alicia Walloy. So the Ravens now with a 2-point lead. Trailed at halftime. Pull-up jumper off the front iron. Here's Merton battling Fox down the court. Hart, rather, down the court. And there's a basket there. Emily Sussex underneath.
Great footwork by Emily there. Just really patient. Took what the defense gave her. Got the hoop and harm.
So Emily Sussex with a chance for the N1 opportunity here. Number 10, Alexis Hart in as Avery Sussex takes the seat. Taylor Matthews off for the Ravens and Hannah Rao in. Rebounded off the miss by Davignon. Davignon, the drive, the give to Curley. Back to Davignon, shot clock down to 6. Hart with a drive, and she's going to score it.
One of those situations, just put your head down, attack the hoop when that shot clock's running down, and gets the basket to drop.
Alexis Hart with that move there. Here's Walloy. That's going to be Terry Fox basketball.
Riverside's got to be careful here. They're being a bit lazy, getting back on their defense, and as a result, Fox is getting some really good looks at the hoop. Luckily, they haven't been able to finish them on Riverside's behalf, but here we are.
I noticed the Riverside fatigue, Bree, and it's happening right after the halftime break. It's a little worrisome just in terms of the body language we're seeing.
Yeah.
Lauren Clements with a miss there. Riverside is going to have to battle through this fatigue against the best team in the province if they want to win this TBI title. Davignon with a miss there.
And you know she wants that one back.
Alicia Walloy unable to contain that one on the far sideline. Boy, there's so many subs, my head is spinning. I cannot keep up with this. There are subs coming left, right, and center.
Walloy face guarding Avery Sussex here on the inbounds as Brooke Kendall brings it up.
Kendall on the baseline, a jump shot. She's going to knock that one down. Big basket for Riverside. It's going to tie the score at 46. Here's Hannah Rao skipping down to Walloy. Alicia, other side of the court, rescued by Merton. Rao, the skip down low to Lauren Clements off the window and can't get the finish she wants. Sussex, right back down the court, double team. Davignon and Clements battling, and I think Lauren Clements is going to get called for the foul.
And Howie, what I'm seeing right now is uncharacteristic kind of mistakes by Fox. They're normally so composed and, you know, they make the right play. And there's been a lot of turnovers and a lot of wacky passes that have happened 5 minutes into the second half.
I know what you're saying. Not as clinical as they are in the areas of scoring the basketball and putting opponents away. Here's Merton. Oh, that's a tough basket by Karras.
And that's what Karras needs to do. That's how you kind of get your team going, attack the middle of that defense and make everyone focus in on you.
Ooh, and she went up for a tip there and got into the body of Hart. Georgia Hart. And Merton's gonna pick up her third foul of the game. That's a big foul.
Wow.
Wow, Davignon almost scored an incredible basket there. Merton, though, undaunted, right back down the floor. Rao for three. Oh, big shot.
No hesitation in that, she said. Blam.
Hannah Rao knocks down the big shot there, 51-46, a 5-point Fox lead.
And again, sorry, Riverside, very clinical with their offense. They just kind of hit their spots exactly at the right time.
And Alexis Hart did just that. She scored it, and there's Lauren Clements getting it right back. I don't know, are both teams really tired?
Yeah.
They just be going down and hitting routine shots to score without being opposed as tightly as they were in the first half.
Kind of that back and forth momentum again is that there's no defense. Everyone's kind of running down the court with trying to get that layup, so everyone's just got to take a little bit of a breath here. Tight game. Still got about 14 minutes to play.
New Ravens on the floor here. Roboldano was one of them. Taylor Matthews, perhaps. I know 3 Ravens came onto the floor, but those subs have been going fast and furious here in the third quarter of play. Brooke Kendall, handoff play there to Avery Sussex. Double team. She tries to fight through it. Dispossessed of the ball on the baseline. Now Roboldano. Oh, and she's picked from behind. A scramble, and they're going to call a jump ball at the free throw line.
Getting scrappy. I love it. Oh. Backcourt violation.
Backcourt violation.
That's right, because they had worked down the shot, the clock on this end.
And coach counting it down for his player there.
That's right.
Wow. So a Riverside turnover. And they are back in possession of the basketball here. Davignon. Great cut to the basket there. Just can't get the finish from Hart.
Oh, beautiful pass.
And they end up scoring it underneath. Was that Davignon with the pass?
Yeah, Davignon with the pass.
Great job by Venetia Davignon. 53-50, a 1-possession lead. Fox wants a 2-possession lead. They can't get it there, and it'll stay out of the basket.
Good decision here to slow it down a bit as Riverside works it around the perimeter.
Georgia Hart with a miss there. Great job there by Rao. Taylor Matthews, high arcing three is not going to go, and ripped away there by the Rapids.
So Brooke Kendall kind of waiting for her teammates to get up the floor with her.
Avery Sussex for three off the sideline, follows her miss, walks right up to the rim, still can't score. Amazing turn of events there.
Just got to finish those.
Here's Missick, and she's going to score it. 55-50 for Terry Fox. .248 left in the third quarter. Terry Fox with a 5-point lead. Alexis Hart wanted to send it to Sussex. Instead, she'll put it on the deck herself, go right to the window and lay it up and in.
Great attack, great awareness.
Alexis Hart with a big basket there makes it a 1-possession game at 55-52, wrestling for the ball. Riverside with it. Here comes Alexis Hart. Has only Rao to beat off the window and scores. 2 in a row for her. I'm feeling her heart beat. A 1-point game. Missick now, Anna Maria finding a lane to the basket, and she'll score it.
Brooke Kendall gets lucky there with the no call. Could have been her 4th.
And that would have been a huge blow to Riverside's cause here. They're hanging tough with the Ravens.
Nice pass by Matthews.
Ooh,
Sussex again.
Sussex, yes.
And that's her 2nd basket. She's been able to draw the foul and finish the hoop. They're just showing her strength underneath.
So the Ravens finding a bit of momentum here. Emily Sussex will step up to the free throw line. Timeout call. We'll take a short break here and be back with more in the 3rd quarter from the TBI 2021 final. And we're back with you here at the Langley Event Center. Howard Tsumura, Brianne Watson, and the 2021 TBI Girls Final. Just at that point of the game where great players need to step up for their teams, and we're just talking about that over the break. As Missick, or rather Sussex, makes that free throw for a 6-point Ravens lead. Hoisting a 3 there, getting 3 of them right back.
Again, a quick hitter right out of the timeout. I mean, Riverside has been so dialed in when it comes to that right after a stoppage.
There's Merton. She's going to get 2 of those right back. Restoring or pushing the lead back to 5 points.
Again, another great back cut there, but Georgia Hart just unable to finish under the hoop.
Both of the Harts on the floor right now. Georgia and Alexis. Oh, looking for Matthews on the baseline, turned over to Brooke Kendall. She's taking a look as Hart puts up the shot. That's not going to go. Merton just scored for Terry Fox. She's got the basketball now, trying to work around these aggressive Riverside Rapids. Taylor Matthews looking to Missick inside. Back out, 3-pointer, Matthews. Curley with a rebound, and here come the Rapids once more. Sussex, little hesitation dribble. Ooh. Somebody reached, was that Matthews?
Was it shooting? Yeah.
Will indeed call shooting. Taylor Matthews with a foul, her first of the game. 49.8 seconds left in the 3rd quarter. There's a 1-point Riverside lead at the half. It's now a 5-point, or 3-point rather, Terry Fox lead. Almost at the end of the 3rd quarter. This game has stayed the same throughout in terms of runs and peaks and valleys. Here's Merton. Matthews inside to Missick, fading away.
Kind of one of those fouls you'd love to take back. A little pot, the ball unnecessary, and you know, sending Missick to the line. She's a good free throw shooter.
She has been, yes, indeed. And that foul was against Alexis Hart, her first of the game. And Missick makes good from the strike. Riverside.
Wow.
Sussex gets her own miss, puts it up again, can't finish it. Brooke Kendall, she can't finish it either, but Curley does.
He's playing a game of alley-oop under the hoop.
Fox not able to do anything about that. 2 or 3 offensive boards and finally a finish. At the other end, though, quick strike right back with Anna Maria misses.
Great feed by Merton there.
4-point game. They want 1 shot here. It's going to be Curley from just inside the 3. A long 2 there for Curley. Wow. 2-point game as that's hoisted off the back glass, and that's going to do it for the third quarter of play. I'm out of breath here. 65-63. Terry Fox with a 2-point lead, and boy, is this going to be last team last shot wins it, or what? How do you see the fourth quarter going?
Feels like a barn burner already. Wow. I mean, there's been a lot of lean changes. I was thinking Fox was going to break away there when they had that 5-point lead, but all the credit to Riverside kind of sticking to it, grinding it down. I mean, 2 points here. I don't know, Howie. I think we're in for a good one.
I think it's going to be an epic finish here, and boy, these teams are just continuing to battle. We've thought about Riverside's fatigue factor, the discipline factor from Riverside in what was a chippy game and a crosstown rivalry. With only 3 players on the bench, you got to hand it to Riverside for keeping everybody still active and vital in this game.
Absolutely, and I think you got to make good decisions down the stretch here. 10 minutes, it's a lot of time. You don't want to take a silly foul. We think about Brooke Kendall, you know, she's got 3 fouls there. You really don't want her to get her 4th because you might have to sit her down for a couple minutes. So again, a game of chess really, depending on what it comes down to in the last little bit.
And we'll see what happens here as Terry Fox now back on the floor. The Rapids as well, coming back onto the floor. And Tanisha Davignon's been good for them, but she will start the fourth quarter on the bench. Avery Sussex. Georgia Hart back up to Curley. Curley back up to the top to Kendall. Alexis Hart to Curley, shot clock at 5. Curley almost scores a tough basket. Sussex, a good job there defensively. Feeds Matthews in transition, and she's gonna lay it up and in.
Oh. Lucky there as Kendall not paying attention on the inbounds results in a turnover right under the hoop, but Fox unable to convert.
So keep it at 4 for the Ravens. The deficit 4 for the Rapids. They turn and fire with Avery Sussex. Couldn't get the finish there. There's Clements. Lauren over half court. Weaves in. Tries to make it work off the window. The Hart sisters passing down the floor, unable to convert it. Alexis to Georgia there. Davignon now back into the game.
I think Riverside needs Davignon to make an impact here if they're going to make a run at it.
8:53 just underway here in the fourth, and Davignon's been spectacular at times here in this game with not just her scoring, but everything that she's been doing. That shot there, put it off the glass by Brooke Kendall. Taylor Matthews now back down the floor. That's Hannah Rao for 3. She hit one already from that same spot. Couldn't get it to go there. Great rebound by Sussex. Is that Georgia Hart on the floor? Anyway, it's Merton now. She's going to kick it to Sussex for 3, and that's not going to go. Curley to spin down to Georgia Hart. Matthews guarding her. Great basket there for Hart. Georgia Hart makes it a 67-65 game. Merton to Matthews. Got a Hannah Rao. 3-pointer launch by Karis Merton, in and out. You can hear her slap her fists together. Wanted that one.
Almost should count for 2.5 going in that far.
That definitely went in and out. Merton plays with such passion and such emotion out there on the court. A foul, rather a timeout being called now. I think, by the Rapids.
And that's a good timeout by Coach Langford there, seeing his girls hands on hip, hands on knees. They're just trying to get some air into those lungs for the last seven and a bit.
And you talked about Natalie Curley, the 6'2", grade 11 center at the start, right when you got here before we were even on the air, how much you've enjoyed watching her play. And she's had some moments of real poise, and she's made things happen. And you know what? I see her, and you always wonder until they show you how good they are pivoting, making moves in the open floor. And Curley's got some of that stuff too.
Yeah, she's got a really soft touch, a nice little short corner jumper. I think the biggest thing for her is when she gets those rebounds or that ball inside the key area, she needs to keep it up high. She keeps bringing it down a little, letting those guards dig around. If she can keep that ball up high and just finish up there, I think she's going to be really hard to defend. So.
Well, we're going to see who steps up for each team here down the stretch. I don't think there's any doubt that Karis Merton is ready, willing, and able to be that person for Terry Fox.
Personality like her shoe color.
How would you describe that shoe color?
I mean, bright.
Resplendent, I guess it is.
Ooh,
yeah,
that's a good one.
Certainly ready to be noticed and ready to be counted here. Karis Merton wearing number 5 as she brings the ball up over half court. Alicia Walloy back to Merton.
So it looks like a little bit of a 1-3-1 here.
Definitely seeing the zone movement here.
Or it's a 2-3.
Clements back out. Merton leans into a 3, and it's not going to go, and that's rebounded well out of the zone there by Curley.
Curley needs to keep that ball high, and she gets it out to Avery Sussex.
Down they go here to Hart. Kendall back to Davignon. Brooke driving.
Wow, big move, big strong move by Brooke Kendall going to her left. Felt that contact, powered through it, and she's going to get to the free throw line here.
And I think that is going to be the 4th foul of the game on Karis Merton with 7:06 remaining in the 4th quarter.
So if I'm Riverside here, whoever Karis is guarding, I want to go right at her. I mean, that would be my strategy. She's kind of the motor that makes this Fox team go, right? She really draws the defense, pushes the ball, so that 4th foul is a big one.
She put up the 4 fingers. She knew right away to tell coach, I've got 4. But they have not hesitated when she got 3 to take her out. Neither do they hesitate when she's got 4. And towing the line there and staying eligible in bounds is Sussex. Oh, and tumbling to the floor there, trying to make that basket, Brooke Kendall.
I like that, staying eligible. That was good.
I don't know where that came from. Here they go, Sussex down the floor. She's going to lay it up and in. Not too many easy baskets for Riverside in this game, but they got one right there.
That's right. Tie game here.
What a contest this is. Clements with a sweeping turnaround move. Can't get that one to go off the window. Home run ball down the floor to Davignon. Venetia pulls it up, and she can't get it either. Both teams coming up shy at each end of the floor.
Oof.
Merton, an adventure. It's going to bound off of Avery Sussex. I think that'll be Terry Fox basketball.
A little bit of ping pong going on.
In one of those games where long runs have not been part of the culture here, it's been tight basketball the whole way through. Here's Brooke Kendall. So Riverside said 2 uncontested layups here in the last few minutes.
Those are just sloppy mental mistakes right now. I don't know if it's the fatigue or if it's, you know, your point guard's gone off the floor who kind of controls the setup, but.
Oh, I'm sorry, didn't realize Karis had left. I just said Karis didn't leave, but she has indeed left the floor. Thank you, Bree.
So it wasn't a shooting foul. It looks like it was on the floor, so Riverside will inbounds at the baseline here, up 2 on Fox.
Davignon now. Baseline floater doesn't go, gets her own rebound. Kicks it back up top. Hart into the defense. Gets the roll.
And that's a heads-up play by Davignon. Gets that board, could have gone up. Saw her open player cutting. As a result, they get 2 points.
Great job by Riverside. Terry Fox battling hard. The whistle blows underneath, and it's going to be a Riverside foul. Just Avery's second of the game. Avery Sussex, a 10th grader, just amazing boys.
Yeah, she's going to be a real good one.
Missick at the free throw line here with 5:38 remaining. Approaching the midway mark of this fourth quarter as Lauren Clements now comes into the game for Terry Fox. How long do you keep Karis Merton out of this game?
I don't know. I think you got to put her in. They've been struggling to get into their offense.
See how many more trips by Riverside down the floor.
And Matthews, just a blanket on Avery Sussex. Unfortunately gets called for the foul there, but not giving her any ground at all. I love it.
And Matthews has been impressive, as we say, almost more on the defensive side than the offensive side. I'd say more, obviously, here in this game, but gets called for the foul there, as you mentioned. 5:24 off the inbounds to Curley, and a foul again against the Ravens. I think that's going to be Emily Sussex.
Again, I'm continually impressed on the inbounds plays, the quick hitters after stoppages. I mean, Riverside just runs their system, and they run it so well. They get such good looks. It's really hard to be disciplined like that, especially at the high school level.
And it's paying dividends. You're right. They get to the free throw line in a vital situation, a vital juncture of this basketball game. And they're going to get one free throw out of it for Curley. Makes it a 3-point lead. We'll watch, as you said, from the point guard role here, getting into their offense.
Clock.
Matthews. And again, stolen away, and here comes Davignon down the floor. Ooh. And Roboldano has done a solid job there defensively.
She did not give up any inches on that, didn't she?
Stuck right to her grill, as you like to say, and just right down the court, able to stop that. So the Rapids will inbound with 19 on the shot clock. Open three ball. Oh, that's a big shot at 5:07 remaining. Brooke Kendall.
And you see the fist pump after that basket. That's a big shot for Riverside with 5 minutes to play here.
Indeed it is, 75-69.
And that might be on Kendall.
Indeed it will be.
So
Kendall with her fourth. And right with that, here comes Karis Merton. So one free throw there for Fox. Down to the nitty-gritty of it all here in the Battle of Poco. Karis Merton, the starting point guard for the Ravens, back into this game.
Lucky.
Georgia Hart dishes to Curley. Looking for a teammate. Skips it down on the baseline. And they're going to say it stays with the Rapids. 13 on the shot clock here.
Be interesting to see if they run one of these really good baseline out of bounds plays.
Let's see what they have here. As Davignon goes to Sussex. Avery, great move.
7 seconds. Got to be mindful of the shot clock here.
Davignon again will inbound the basketball. Well, instead it'll be Curley out to Brooke Kendall. Back to Curley, one bounce, turnaround off the window, lays it up and in.
Beautiful move, beautiful footwork. That's what I want to see from Natalie Curley.
Great play there off an inbounds play. 77-71. Clements misses, and Curley with a rebound. My goodness, stolen away by Karis Merton. Curley again, the vacuum with the rebound, quickly down the floor. Hart, can she control it? She can't. Oh, she misses the layup. with 3:59 remaining, so it'll stay a 6-point Riverside lead.
That would have been a big one there.
Clutch time there is Sussex made a move to the basket. Some physicality with Curley underneath. Curley checking her teeth.
Technical foul to the Fox bench here. Didn't get the call they wanted under the hoop, so Riverside will be heading to the line.
Fox technical at 3:50. Well, Riverside is turning the tide here, Bree, and you mentioned off of their set plays, they're getting a lot of good stuff happening on the inbounds. But an opportunity here to really do some damage. Curley's a good free throw shooter.
Seven points, 3:50 to play.
7 points, they hit the free throw, get possession of the basketball. The officials continue to set things up here. Now Davignon will inbound the basketball. And here they come again to get it into Brooke Kendall as she charges down the floor. She pulls up from about 12, can't get it to go, and a rebound again.
You know, it was a good look, but I would have liked to shave some more time off the clock. 3-possession game here.
Clements for 3 in and out. Underneath the Missick, she wants to try and convert, and I think the foul's going to get called against Curley underneath. Oh, Davignon with the foul. So that's her 4th. And Missick with a make there.
Riverside's really got to take care of the ball here. This is kind of one of those pinch points where you don't want to settle and run down the clock. You still got to play the game, put points on the board as we see Davignon make a beautiful turnaround layup there. But defense is the big key right now. As you know, Fox is going to move fast with Missick missing an easy layup under the hoop.
Well, uncharacteristically, Fox getting beaten for so many rebounds and missing so many layups, I think has been key here. That's a big shot. Oh. And a call for the travel as Kendall launches the 3. Let's not forget Davignon has been huge. I mean, she had 15 points to lead her team in the first half. That was a big bucket there, and I think she's been one of the keys here.
Yeah, she definitely got her team going in that first half, and that big bucket was really key right now with 3 minutes remaining. So a little bit of zone defense here from Riverside, just really trying to block that key, make them make bad decisions, and as a result, almost get the turnover, but Davignon has, I think, maybe fouled out of the game.
That's a tough break for her. From a Riverside perspective, that's tough. She fouls out with 2:33 remaining.
That's a big loss for them. I mean, not only is she a presence on offense, she's a presence on defense, so Riverside's got to step up here on D if they want to keep this lead.
7-point lead, 2:33 remaining. Can Riverside hold the dam? Missick with a lay-in there. Makes it 80-75, a 2-possession deficit here. Riverside with a basketball.
Whew. Again, a little bit frantic. You got to remember, you got the lead, you're up by 5. There's 2 minutes left. Work that shot clock a little bit. You don't want to look to take a shot until about 14 seconds, 12 seconds. You want to eat that game clock as long as you can.
2:19 remaining, may seem like an eternity to both teams here as we head into the absolute stretch drive. The 11th hour of TBI 2021. Lauren Clements now with the basketball down to Matthews, and Matthews.
You know, that's where Fox is so dangerous on the transition offense there, and almost getting the steal. Clements just getting her hands in there at the last second.
So Terry Fox threatening to regain this momentum. Riverside's task right now to find some of their own here in the half court with 2 minutes remaining. A shot attempt there off the iron, and it'll be Terry Fox basketball with 1:58 remaining.
So one possession game. We barely ate any clock on those last two offensive sets. So this just really shows you how dangerous Fox is.
Fox is far from out of it here. Here comes Merton. Underneath the Clements, off the front iron, gobbled up by the Rapids, and Missick is going to get called for the foul there on Brooke Kendall.
I think Riverside needs to take a deep breath. Once they're getting those rebounds, they're kind of trying to run out and run a transition. You don't need to do that right now. Be mindful of time and score. Take a deep breath. Get into your offense.
And Anna Maria Missick falling out of the game, and Brooke Kendall now stepping up, and Brooke's been doing her best with those 4 fouls to remain vital here for her team.
Talk about key players getting removed from the game. Davignon and Misic. Big players on each of their teams.
Oh, completely agree with you, Bree. And Anna Maria Misic is just one of those all-purpose, do-it-all, hard-working. So Brooke Kendall makes 1 of 2. It's a 4-point lead here. Merton for 3. College 3 is not going to go. Sussex the rebound. Second chance, and that's going to be Curley with the foul underneath.
You know what? I'm not mad about that foul. You're that deep under the basket, and you know Emily Sussex has finished two tough layups under there earlier in the game, so might as well put her to the line, make her earn it.
Three-point game as Sussex here's up and hits another one to make it a 2-point game.
I'll tell you what, you know, those are 2 big free throws, and Emily Sussex just cool as a cucumber. Senior leader steps up to the line, knocks down 2 big ones. As a result, we got a 1-possession game here that Riverside is just hanging on to by their fingernails.
Whew, I don't know, I'm not going to make it to March, I can tell you that right now. It's just, December is enough for me almost. I mean, this is tremendous basketball, and the geographic rivalry is just tremendous. When you see this in championship games, I once covered a boys high school final between Pitt Meadows and Maple Ridge, and I mean, it was almost too much to handle. We couldn't breathe in there. This kind of has that kind of feeling to it. It is just...
And you're seeing the crowd get into it too, right? Banging into the seats, a little bit of chatter. It's super exciting, and you know, I gotta say, Howard, real lucky you got this tournament in, right, this weekend with everything that's going on out there, and just really thankful you're able to finish this tonight. Yeah,
you know, I completely agree with you, and I touch wood as we say that because I want the girls to have the full flavor of March too, and let's hope nothing gets in the way of that. But for this time and this moment, with a month of tournament play being taken off the docket, thank goodness we were able to get in the final here tonight and have such an incredible basketball game to finish off the TBI 2021 calendar.
139 to glory for one of these teams.
Great way to put it. Here's Brooke Kendall driving as they come out of a timeout to Georgia Hart, and she's gonna score. Georgia Hart.
I'll tell you what, the Hart sisters have been tough here in this game, making really big baskets when it counts.
83-79, a 4-point lead for the Rapids.
A little bit of zone again.
And Matthews puts up a 3. It's not going to go. Chased down by Sussex. Stolen away by Brooke Kendall.
This is where Riverside has to be calm. Just take your shots. You got a minute to play. You don't need to force anything.
Oh, great take there. What a take by Sussex. Avery Sussex put the little head fake on. Goes right to the window for the layup.
No fear in that grade 10 right there. She saw her opening and decided to take it.
Wow. Great move there, and that is a big basket, even bigger if she can make the free throw, and she does.
That's huge.
So 86-79. I don't know. Yeah. We're going to take a short timeout. Be back with more from the Langley Event Center in 50 seconds. Very interesting way this game is shaping up here as we get down to the stretch drive. Karis Merton with a 3-ball, just off the iron.
Tell you what, I was just waiting for that one to drop, but Karis hasn't been able to get that roll here in the second half.
So here they come, the Rapids. Underneath the basket, and that's going to be Hart with the basket.
Howie, the Hart sisters have made some really big baskets in the second half.
They've been huge.
And I think at this point, Riverside might have this game in tow.
Hart with a 3 off the side iron.
So you can almost work that shot clock down to the buzzer here if Riverside is smart about this. So
wow. What a job by the Rapids here to push this thing to 9 points. A 3-possession lead, and certainly Karis Merton has been herself the usual engine for Terry Fox, and it's been tough for her. But she's played a terrific game for the Ravens tonight. Boy, Avery Sussex has been special today. Think about what she's done as a 10th grader here. It's great to see, isn't it? It's just amazing.
You know, and her composure was really good. She was, you know, often either face guarded or double teamed the entire game by the Fox players. So I think she really kept it together. And, you know, she's a young kid, a little bit of body language when things weren't going her way, but she is going to be something special to watch. I'll tell you that. I'll put my money on it.
I'm a believer. And I subscribe to that exactly, Brianne Watson. What a game she's had here. And I thought Davignon gave her team a ton as well before having to go out, and she fouled out. So wow, what a tremendous performance. The lead now at 10 points, and it's going to be a Riverside coronation here as they run the clock out. What a job the Rapids have done here.
I'll tell you what, my X factor today was Alexis Hart. Just a lot of really good layups, smart plays, big baskets when the Rapids really needed it.
Yeah, you're right about that. There's been so many. If you look at that team combined, 89-79, and that is going to be the final score. The Terry Fox Ravens are going to come up short. The #1 ranked team in the province suffers its first loss of the season to Port Coquitlam's Riverside Rapids, a 10-point victory, 89-79. Well, it has been tremendous, and you got to give full credit to this team. They were the underdogs. They found a way to win.
Yep, Battle of Poco, and I'll tell you what, Howie, always a pleasure to be by your side.
Always a pleasure. I got to get on the mic and present All-Stars, MVPs, and players of the game. Bree, great to be with you, and we'll join you again down the road very soon. Let's hope for March. Thanks so much. Riverside Rapids. I thought
there's probably different names in different countries, but
there's always a lot of high pressure in these games, and you know, sometimes it takes a veteran to be able to appreciate and to fully thrive in that kind of environment. But there's always